This is the RadioOne News Update. I'm Aaron Leviton. In local news, Wednesday, March the 1st has been set as the trial date for Ong, the former soldier and ex-monk who is the only suspect in the July 10, 2016 slaying of Kem Lay. The well-known political analyst was confronted and gunned down inside the Caltex petrol station at the Bokor traffic lights on the corner of Monivong and Mount Zedong boulevards. When initially arrested, Ong gave his name as Chop Som Lap, which translates from Khmer as meat to kill. While authorities initially reported Ong as uncooperative and refusing to reveal his actual name, social media netizens in short order revealed his identity and employment history, including a brief period employed as a ranger attached to a conservation NGO. The weapon used in the killing was an imported Glock handgun, a weapon whose official importation is restricted and carefully tracked by the company. And Ong told investigators he was taking revenge for a long-standing debt of $3,000, a story both the suspects and the victims' families scoffed at. The first hearing in the case is scheduled to begin at 8 a.m. on March 1st in courtroom number 1, with Lee Sopanyar prosecuting and Judge Leung Somnat presiding.
And now, a quick word from our sponsors.
With ABA Mobile Banking, my money goes where I go. Out with the family and need to top up the wife's card? No problem. Top up my mobile. Pay the electricity bill and the internet bill while relaxing. Done, and done. No problem. My teenage daughter left her card at home and needs some cash. No problem. Receive push notifications when clients pay into my account. Definitely no problem.
With ABA mobile app, you can easily transfer funds between ABA accounts, pay your bills, receive notifications every time you receive or transfer funds, and more. ABA Mobile, the bank is wherever you are.
Coming up next, international news.
Betsy DeVos, billionaire President Donald Trump's billionaire nominee for Secretary of Education, has been confirmed by the US Senate by a single vote. The Senate Democrats had held up Mrs. DeVos' nomination due to concern that she had no experience of any kind in public education, but she is a former chairwoman of the Michigan State Republican Party and a longtime Republican Party donor who champions the use and expansion of so-called charter schools, private schools operating outside the state school system but publicly funded. Mrs. DeVos gained notoriety in January when she tweeted a photo of herself and her husband, former Amway CEO Dick DeVos, at the presidential inauguration with a caption riddled with spelling and grammatical errors. Mrs. DeVos' tweet originally read, "Honoured to witness the historical inauguration," with a capital I, and swearing-in ceremony for the 45th President of the United States, ! But the version shared most widely on social media had red pen corrections on it, changing historical to the grammatically correct historic. The capital I in inauguration changed to a small I. The redundant swearing-in ceremony struck through, and the preposition for changed to the grammatically correct of. Grammar Nazis everywhere, like this former teacher, smirked at the irony. In the end, all 50 Democratic senators voted against Mrs. DeVos' nomination, and 2 Republican senators abstained, leaving the vote deadlocked at 50-50. While Democrats hoped one more Republican would cross the floor to kill the nomination, Vice President Mike Pence, the President of the Senate, instead used his deciding vote to confirm Mrs. DeVos and later swore her into her position himself. It is the first time a Vice President has cast a deciding vote in the Senate since 2008, when then VP Dick Cheney helped pass tax cut legislation.
The news was brought to you by ABA Bank, a partnership you can trust.